Hey there, Soulopreneur. Yesterday I talked about what do I do when I get stuck? And so I thought I would just show you. For me, I have to be around nature. And fortunately, I live near a lake and I also have trees everywhere in my yard and right out my front door. And so the way I look at being stuck is that it's a speed bump. It's a speed bump from the universe basically saying, hey, whoa, slow down. There's a huge opportunity ahead. And if you aren't aware of it, you might miss it. And so sometimes being stuck looks like, unfortunately, a mistake or something that's bad. But I kind of look at it as a yellow flag. Like, wait, hold your head up, see what's happening around you. And I'm a gardener. I love to garden. I look at my yard as just a giant art palette, and it's one of the ways that I get creative is to get out in the garden and dig in the dirt. And one of the stories I heard recently was that there was a master gardener in Japan and he had an apprentice, and the apprentice was basically set out into the Zen garden, which is mostly rocks and sand and a few trees, designed for perfection. And he was sent out in the garden to clean it up. So he went out, he cleaned up the garden, every single rock was in its place. And he went back to the master gardener and he said, hey, I cleaned it up. And the master gardener sent him back out again and said, do it again. And they repeated this pattern 4 or 5 times. And finally, the master gardener, seeing that the apprentice was getting a little frustrated and not fully understanding, walked out into the garden, looked at it, admired its perfection, reached up to a Japanese maple tree, shook the branch so that a few beautiful red maple leaves floated down into the Zen garden. And then the master turned to the apprentice and said, now it's perfect. The moral of that story is really simple, actually, and that is that nature's not perfect. Life is not perfect. So no matter how much we strive for that perfection, no matter how much we are, feeling like we've done that perfection, it'll never be perfect. And the other thing is it'll never be done. So you just kind of give that up. As a solopreneur, you know that it's a process, not an event, something that you're going to be continually working on, and it's never going to be perfect. So don't beat yourself up when something happens. Instead, look at it as an opportunity for something even bigger and better. And it's the universe's speed bump slowing you down so that you can see all of the potentials in your field. So that's what I do when I'm feeling stuck. I also am just a firm believer in getting out in the sunshine in the morning, daily if I can. Now, I can't always do it. And sometimes it's really cold here in Branson, Missouri. And being a California girl, I'm not a huge fan of that. But I do try, to get out as much as I can. And when I'm in San Diego at the studio there as well, because just getting out in nature and being present in the moment and taking in the trees and the grass and maybe the ocean if I'm on the coast, it does something to you. It just sort of settles you, grounds you, brings you into the present moment. Boom. That's when the magic happens. Tomorrow, I'm super excited because I am going to take you on a little tour that I'm very excited about. And it's just more proof of what unfolds when you say yes. Namaste. Namaste, y'all.